So I have my tape and extensions here, and actually my micro cylinder extensions too. I wanted to show y'all the proper way to do this. I know a lot of people say that their tape ends don't last and they don't know what they're doing wrong. They think they're doing it right. The most important thing when you're doing this is you need to really use the proper remover. I use Babe, Donabella. I use it's the same sister companies. I use their specific remover, tape-in remover. This is an oil-based remover, so when I use this to clean the wefted area, this part right here, when I use it, I'm going to have to wash the hair. But typically when a client comes in anyway and you're removing these extensions, I feel like you're really going to need to wash the hair in the first place. So that's why I'm using this remover. They do have another remover that's alcohol-based remover that if maybe you're just doing a little touch-up or a patch job to do one or two, you could use that remover. But let's see. Up on the tripod. Okay. The other thing you want to have is a towel. I'm trying to find a good position. Okay, so I like to put the towel on my lap. And a lot of people ask, can you use just alcohol to clean the extensions? And I find that you really don't get the same results if you just use alcohol. I like to have this towel here, and I actually put a little spot of some of the remover on the towel so that way when I go through, okay, I'm going to take my first extension. And I'm going to make sure that the piece of tape isn't left on here. The tape isn't here, there's just, oh sorry. So I'm gonna make sure that, let's see, where y'all can see good. I'm gonna make sure that there's no tape. There's a little piece of tape that sometimes gets left either on the weft or the client's hair when you're removing these. So I know a lot of mine, it actually got stuck to the hair, so this is just a little sticky residue. You can see it left over on my finger. This is where I'm going to use the remover, the tape-in remover. I'm going to put it on here. And what I actually really like to do when I'm removing them from my client's head, I just put them in a color bowl with some of the remover and I let them soak. But these I didn't do that. And then I'm just going to wipe it on my towel. Now, it's still a little, I can still kind of feel that it's a little slimy. I haven't cleaned it good enough. Now, typically, if you would have let it soak like that, so I'm going to repeat. I put a little bit of the remover on there, and I'm going to rub it on my wet spot on my towel. Get out of here. What? If you would have let it soak in, if I would have put these in a bowl and soaked them like I kind of wish I would have only had to really do this process once. But now, this is pretty clean. This is why I prefer alcohol. See, and I don't know why I don't like the alcohol as much. I like to do it with this one. I have the alcohol remover over there, but I really like to do it with this one because I feel like it gets like such a good bond on there. Okay, because I'm still going to wash these. I'm just going to do another one for you. Maybe I'll find one where the tape is left on. Okay, here. You can see on this one that the tape is still stuck on there. So you just want to make sure and remove this. And, oh Gwen, can you get me a napkin? I find that if you stick these on your towels at this salon, that they're really hard to come off. So don't let it come off like that. Don't put it on the towel. Put it on like a paper towel or something, because then you can just throw this away. Put a little bit of the remover. Will you get me a bowl? Give me that bowl and I'm going to soak these while I organize.
These cookies smell really good.
making sure there's still a little bit of residue on there. Some people think that if it's sticky, that when you put this sticker on there, that it'll stick better, but that's actually wrong. It has to be like super dry, and I can actually feel it with my fingers. Like if you're to touch it on your hand, it's still kind of sticky. Doesn't see how that kind of still sticks, even though it looks like there's no residue on there.
Excuse me, Mom.
What? No, give me the color bowl, please. That color bowl. Thank you. Got a little more right there. And like I said, normally I'll do this. I just take a little bit of the remover, and as I'm removing them from my client's head, I just put them in the bowl right here. So I just put a little bit in there, and I put the sticky side down, and then I just put them in there and move them around every like couple of strands that I put in there, and that works really well. Like serious. Actually, I'll just show y'all. So this one still has the tape on it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but if you just use your nail, kind of like scrape it off like that with your nail, pull it off. If you pull the tape off before you put it in the bowl and stick it on here, it's going to have an easier time breaking up the residue right off of the weft instead of the tape's in the way. Already did that one. Okay, I'm going to finish these up. I'll come back and show you actually the retaping process, which is really easy. So, oh no, I'll come back when I do the shampoo part, because the shampoo, I'll show you the shampoo I like to shampoo with because it's the bomb. Bye, y'all. Okay. So I went ahead and finished the other extensions. I had these soaking in a bowl. I wanted to show y'all how easy it was to wipe it off this way. So I have the extension. Just gonna refresh, gonna wipe it off. I like to wipe it once on the wet spot. I had pre-soaked a little wet spot with the remover. And then from there I like to wipe it on the dry spot. And you can kind of see that there's sticky on there if you can kind of see the shininess. Okay. You can see it's wet, it's been pre-soaking. You can kind of see the shininess on there. See, it's wiping right off. Looks pretty clean. I'm going to go ahead and wipe it on the dry side now. Squeaky clean. Well, pretty squeaky clean. Just want to show y'all a couple times. You can see it's like shiny and kind of that residue everyone talks about, the stickiness. You can see it coming off on the towel. Got it all off pretty much, and I'm going to use the dry side, wipe it again. And I kind of move the pressure on my thumb from one end to the other while I'm wiping it, so I make sure and get the edges. See that? See what's wiping off? And you don't have to let it soak for a long time. I personally, this is something that I do. As I'm taking it off from the client's head, I put it in the bowl with just a little bit of the remover. You can see it's pretty darn clean. Not sticky, falls off my finger. Ooh, this one has a lot of residue. Babe's working on reformulating the tape so that way there's less residue. I actually have, these are some tapes they sent us to try and get our feedback on them. So I wipe it off. Now I'm going to do the dry side. Get it nice and good. Okay, from here, I would go and put a little rubber band. I'd put a rubber band. I actually have them right here. I'd put a rubber band around the part that you're gonna shampoo with different shampoos. I personally have found this shampoo it's from Sally's. It actually works really good. It's a resin, like a super bond remover. I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so I put that about here because this part I'm gonna shampoo with a different shampoo to help just remove any stickiness that could be left anywhere on the hair. This I'm gonna shampoo. Okay, so that one is this one. Super Bond Remover. Deep conditioning, removing shampoo for bonded weaved hair. It works really good. I don't have any problems. I'll shampoo my client's hair twice with this after I remove the tape-ins, and there's no residue. You can run your fingers. Well, you can see, look, I just did remove mine, and there's no tackiness left in the hair. I love this stuff. And then I've been loving the Biomega, the silk shampoo, so I shampooed the rest of my extensions on the bottom part. It's also good because then you're not going to condition this top part. I use this, the Biomega Intensive Conditioner, and you're just going to apply that from the rubber band down also. So I like to keep the rubber band in there when I'm shampooing and conditioning them, even at the salon. It helps you keep them organized, and moving it and not having it so close to the top really allows you to get in there and clean each individual weft. Okay, so after you have them dried, which I have my little hooded dryer over there drying my client's extensions for tomorrow that I still have to retape, and then my extensions that I have to put tape on. But I have them I have 2 dried wefts. So what you would do from here, if you needed to, if this was still a little sticky, this is when I say you could go ahead and get some alcohol and really get that last little bit off if you needed to. But mine are, there's like really nothing on them. So the least amount of times you touch this tape, the better it's going to stick. You also want to make sure that you don't have any oils or anything on your fingers, because you don't want to be touching the wefted area where you're going to put the tape, and you don't want to touch the tape because we have natural oils from our hands. So even if you just washed your hands before, that works really good. So I have these out. I'm not that used to it. My nails are so long I need to get them done and cut down. They're just growing like crazy because I've been taking vitamins. Okay, so I like to hold it like this. I always put my finger to support the back part of the tape because sometimes it would like curl up when you pull it off fast. And you don't want it like flipping forward because then you have to throw it away and that's waste your money. And then I use my nail and I barely grab like the little itty bitty corner. And then you want to make sure that you're putting it on the right side. One side smooth on a babe tape and extension, and one side has texture where the hair strand is sewed into the weft. That's why they last so long and they're nice and full, because you don't get a lot of shedding out of them. Okay, what's a good way to do this? So look, I needed to change my position. I grabbed it on that corner because I needed to flip it. So now I just have it on the corner of my nail. And I'm going to place it right on the corner, making sure that the rounded side is on the rounded side, of course, because one edge is rounded, one edge is square. So you want to always make sure that the rounded side is on the top and the square is on the bottom. And then you have that there, and you're done. This is how you properly retape a babe tape-in extension. You should get anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks of longevity out of these bad boys, and maybe if you had someone who's really hard on their extensions, 4 weeks, but that's even rare. I have a lady who she like works outside and is constantly sweating, and she even gets 6 to 7 weeks. I'm gonna redo the second one for y'all. Pull this off so that you're barely touching the corner. Have your extension ready. Corner to corner, line it up. Boom. Smash it down, you're done. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Bye.